This morning I've taken a quick coding exercise and updated my child theme wizard plugin. That's a little thing that generates a child theme with one click in WordPress. And I've written it about 5 or 6 years ago because it was cumbersome to get started with child themes, and it's just so much easier if you have a little tool that lets you just click a button and then you've got the template there. You get to pick a parent theme, click a button, and then your child theme is generated, and you can then go ahead and amend and override styles and all that. So that's what I wanted to do. It's a super simple plugin, and the way child themes are set up has changed over the years with WordPress, or within WordPress. So the developer documentation recently moved to another site, and it's a living document, so best practices are continuously being updated. And I've had this before once, in which I had to make an update because it was no longer deemed suitable the way it once was. So something similar has happened just this week, where a user from, I believe, Poland, I can't quite remember where he's from. Marcin is his name, so hello Marcin, in case you're watching this. Thank you so much for your help there. He's brought to my attention that I had forgotten to define a variable in the code, and it was really nice that he brought this to my attention. And the way, of course, that the child theme wizard works is that it has to write out some code for the user to use. So it's a bit convoluted to see that in the original code, because the code generates more code, so it's kind of it's complicated. So Marcin was very kind. He says, hey, your plugin generates this code, but it should generate that code. And I took that to heart immediately, and this morning got a chance to fix it. So it's currently available as a beta version. I've asked Marcin to have a quick look at the new generated code. Hope that's all kosher and it's all good. So yes, that's happened this morning. Very nice, very nice. I love this community spirit and community interaction. You know, sometimes you get trolls who lash out, and that's never nice, but it's really, really wonderful when community development happens on this level and in this spirit. I really appreciate that. Now, speaking of community interaction and spirit, tomorrow is my birthday, and that's going to be exciting. It's my 47th birthday, and I'm looking forward to it because, incidentally, it is live stream time, of course. So I'm streaming on my birthday, which is cool and it's interesting and exciting. I have an appointment with my colon surgeon in the morning because we're probably going to talk about a new colonoscopy, I think, and just to have a follow-up visit. I haven't seen him in a year, and it'll be nice to catch up with Dr. Zomstein. So that's happening tomorrow, and of course I'm hoping to be back for the live stream in time. I think I should be. And so I've got a little birthday party surprise planned there. On one hand, so my plan is to show how to use the sunlight in Dash Studio and elaborate on that more. I've made a video on that a few years ago, and I've learned a lot more since then. But also last Friday I've touched on how to set the sunlight in Dash Studio, and I think we're gonna just follow up from that and just elaborate a little bit more how that works, and also how you can make the sun disk visible and change that behavior and change that color and all that. So it's very nice. And if you don't want to bring in a HDRI for lighting, you can then just use the regular sun and sky in Dash Studio. So we're going to do that. So it's going to be kind of a double batch, so the double bill, shall I say. So the first part is going to be the regular 3D Shenanigans live stream, and that'll be that. And the second part, if you're up for it, is going to be another restream test. And this is inspired by, this is basically the sunlight thing that's a viewer question. So I'm answering that as a viewer question. And in the same spirit, on my birthday, I thought I'm going to give something else back, which is another restream test. So it's, on one hand, it's a nice test that we can all join in after the live stream on the Friday. And it'll be another, let's see how Restream works and how we can make it work. But more importantly, I'm gonna install and use Maya 2019 for the first time. So I have no idea how it works. I've never seen it before, but perhaps together we can work it out. And the viewer question was, of course, for Daryl Holler. Hello, Daryl, in case you're watching. The way, how can I bring models from DAS into Maya and perhaps back, so make modifications in Maya and then bring the morph back, or maybe even export models to Maya and see how that works. So it'll be an interesting thing, kind of the first hour with Maya type thing. So, you know, if you're up for that, join me after the 3D Shenanigans live stream tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until that time, goodbye.